Okay, so, everyone was talking about that buried rug thing on TikTok.
Right.
You sent me a bunch of articles about it.
Yeah.
What was it about this that grabbed everyone?
Well, I think what's so fascinating here is this idea, it starts with something very relatable, like a homeowner doing a little yard work,
Yeah.
Katie Century finding something unexpected,
Right.
a buried rug.
Yeah.
I mean, that's weird on its own.
Sure.
But then,
Sus.
yeah, then you factor in her saying that her laptop went out around the same time.
Right.
And suddenly it's like, oh, could this be haunted? And I think that's kind of a natural human.
Totally. Yeah, it's like spooky season.
Yeah.
And so it's like spooky coincidence.
Right.
But not necessarily a crime. Right.
Right, exactly. It's not initially.
Yeah. And that's where the internet's like, no, this is way more than that.
Yeah. This is where the internet takes this very relatable fear and then just like magnifies it to a whole other level.
So it goes from that's weird to like,
exactly.
we need answers.
Yes, full-blown obsession.
Yes.
And she starts posting about this, right?
Right.
And the internet detectives come out.
Oh, yeah.
In droves.
With their magnifying glasses.
Oh, yeah. And their theories.
Yeah.
And it becomes this feedback loop.
Okay.
So the more comments she gets,
the
more pressure it puts on her to actually do something. And she even starts talking about, oh, maybe it's a body, almost as if she's fulfilling what the internet wants.
It's like the internet is writing the script.
Exactly.
And she's like contractually obligated to act it out.
Yes. And so she does what most people wouldn't do.
Right.
She calls the police about a rug.
About a rug. I mean, honestly, who would have thought? Right.
Oh, I know.
But this is where I think it gets really interesting because, she does what you're supposed to do. Right.
Yeah.
You call the cops, they're supposed to come help you.
Right.
The cops are like, eh.
Well, and this is where I think we see that tension between individual worry, like what should I be worried about,
right,
and then what actually warrants a police investigation. So on one hand, you have Katie, who is like, I don't know what to do. I'm getting all this pressure from the internet. This is scary. I found this weird thing.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you have law enforcement, who's probably dealing with limited resources. They got to prioritize.
Of course.
And so it's easy to kind of judge both sides.
Totally.
Which is, I think, part of what makes this so compelling.
Yeah. So, okay, so imagine you're Katie, right?
Yeah.
You called the cops. The internet's freaking out.
Right.
And the cops are like, if you're so worried about it, maybe you should dig it up.
Right, exactly.
We're not going to do it. So you're left holding the shovel.
Exactly.
What do you do?
Well, she does what any good citizen in the 21st century would do, which is she turns to the internet for help.
The very people who got her into this mess in the first place.
Exactly.
We're going to find out what happens after a quick break.
And this is where I think you see, like, the power of online communities.
Yeah.
Katie's like, okay, I need help getting a cadaver dog.
Wow.
Or ground-penetrating radar.
She's putting out a...
And people actually helped her.
Wow, so they, like, crowdfunded a cadaver dog?
Yeah, it was wild.
That's kind of cool. But also...
It is cool.
Like, should that be...
It's interesting.
Our responsibility?
It's an interesting question, right? Like,
yeah.
Should the internet be responsible for solving these potential crimes?
Like, where does that line?
It's a gray area.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think all of that, it kind of pushed the authorities to actually get involved.
Right.
So the homicide department's brought in.
Oh, wow.
They bring in the cadaver dogs.
I bet the internet was losing its mind.
Oh, the internet was going bonkers.
I know.
At this point.
Everyone was like, I told you so.
I know. Even the people who were like, no, be careful.
Right.
Let's not jump to conclusions. Yeah. They had to be a little curious.
It's like you can't.
It's like you not be a little.
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah.
So picture this, right? It's October 4th.
Okay.
The day of the big dig.
All right.
News crews are there. Katie's live streaming the whole thing.
What?
Millions of people are watching.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
This is nuts.
This random woman's backyard.
This is like...
has become like...
a true crime watch party.
Yes.
Exactly.
I love it.
And what's so fascinating, too, is...
I mean, not for her.
Not for her, no.
But, for the internet.
But for the rest of us, right? We love a good mystery. We love resolution.
Yeah. We want to know what happens.
We want to know. So we're on the edge of our seat with her, right? Like invested.
What happened?
So the excavator comes in. They pull up the rug and nothing.
What?
Nobody. Just a rug.
Are you serious?
Some rubber.
So all that.
A lot of unanswered questions.
For nothing.
Which, in a way, I think...
Which she had to pay for the excavator.
Probably, yeah. I think the most compelling part of all of this is...
Yeah, that's got to be expensive.
Yeah, it is. Is this like disconnect between the anticipation of this crazy reveal and then just the like mundane reality of it all?
Yeah, we were
so primed.
We were ready for like something crazy.
There's to be a body, for it to be something.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, a rug.
It's just a rug, and it makes you wonder, why were we so invested?
Like, what does that say about us? It's like we were almost rooting for there to be like a skeleton or something.
Totally. Like we kind of wanted it to be more than it was.
Right. Why is that?
I think, we've been watching so much true crime.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Listening to all these podcasts.
Yeah.
I think we've been conditioned to always expect like the worst case scenario.
Right. Like when you hear hoofbeats.
Think zebra, not horses.
Exactly. It's like we're looking for the zebra.
Yeah, and I think even more than that, we're
like hoping for it.
Yeah, like almost excited by it.
I mean, it's messed up, but yeah, like it's exciting.
Yeah. Yes. It's exciting, and I think that's the thing to be aware of.
Yeah.
Because look how this whole thing played out.
Right.
You have the initial fear, everyone's speculating.
Right.
This big build-up, this big reveal, and then it's a total letdown.
And it's so unsatisfying.
Yes.
I think that's why it's so...
We want that resolution, We want that aha moment.
Totally. Yeah. And when we don't get it, it's almost like, I don't know.
This is the thing. It makes the story stick with you longer.
Oh, totally. It's like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Exactly.
It's like, is that it? But I feel like it goes even beyond that.
Okay.
Like, what does this say about us? About how we're interacting with, like, information online and stuff now?
That's such a good question.
I mean, on the one hand, it's like, whatever. Right. It's a TikTok mystery. It's fine.
Yeah, we're all just having a little fun.
But is there something, like, darker there?
I don't know. It's like, where is that line between curiosity and, like, digital voyeurism?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Right.
So we're all kind of complicit.
Well, and the more and I think the more we engage in this kind of narrative as a society, it just keeps...
It keeps happening.
Blurring that line.
Right. Because if we weren't watching, they wouldn't be making it.
Exactly.
Okay, so what can we even do about that?
I think it starts with awareness, right? Like you're saying, just like,
okay,
why am I so invested in this rug?
Right.
Why do I care?
Why do I need to know what's under there so badly?
Yes.
Okay.
Question yourself and approach these things with a little bit of skepticism. Oh, that's good. Because sometimes the simplest answer
is a rug.
Sometimes
the rug is just a rug.
And that's okay.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, so we are all out of time for this deep dive.
That was a good one.
It really makes you think, though, right?
Yeah.
Until next time.